Hi guys! Welcome. If you are new to our channel, I'm Kelly. This is my best friend Christina, and we have a really fun video for you guys today. This one is all about fashion items that can really age you, outfits that can really age you. And of course, this is, also kind of just fun. This is our own personal opinion. Fashion is very subjective. So what we think is unflattering and aging, someone else might think is beautiful. You might turn on another YouTube channel, another fashion vlogger, and they might love that look. But we're kind of just, gathered some resources, some information, things that we've kind of learned over time that we feel like these pieces, they can definitely make you look older than you actually are.
Exactly. And it also has to do with like our body shapes as well. Even though we don't have the same exact body shape, we're also both not, like 100 pounds sopping wet. So that can also take some of these items and make them look, different than how it would on someone who is, rail thin and, 5'10".
Yes, definitely.
And if you guys haven't already, please consider subscribing so that you don't miss out on any of our future videos that we do. We love fashion, so we're always going to bring you guys budget-friendly items, whether it be in a haul or a lookbook or doing some sort of tips and tricks.
So the first one that we have for you guys is overly colorful or dated prints. Now this one can be a little bit tricky because of course prints can be, very in fashion, colors are very in fashion. However, I think that you really have to be careful with your prints as you get older. These very like bright, colorful prints with a lot of things going on, they can definitely give like a very dated look to an outfit and really age someone.
And I know that sometimes, a pattern or a print that's really in style can also go very quickly out of style. So if you're not someone who's, constantly kind of going through your closet, getting rid of old items, but tend to hold on to things a little bit more, then you might be wearing patterns and prints that were maybe popular, a few years ago that are not popular now. And that will also age you very quickly and make your outfit look kind of dated. So in that sense, that's how I was able to relate to it, because I find that if I'm using a lot more solids and, neutral colors, I'm not really running into that problem as much.
That's true. I feel like if you want to do maybe like a more vibrant print or, really heavily patterned print, maybe trying something like a little scarf or a little scarf that you tie into your bag or something is also a good way to kind of mix in that little color without, putting on a big button-down shirt that's in a, crazy paisley pattern or something. So,
or a dress maybe that's head to toe in a print,
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we like our prints. We sometimes go for some florals and things, but you just have to be very careful about the prints that you're selecting. Definitely softer colors, more neutrals are easier to pull off than those, vibrant colors that definitely give like a little bit of a 70s or 80s throwback to them.
So the second item that we personally, don't get angry with us guys, feel like can age you are cropped jeans. And specifically, we both agree that it's where the jeans or the pants are cropping right below the knee to, I would say like mid-calf. So I think that it is very, very difficult to, first of all, to pull off that kind of pant. I think it takes a very specific kind of body shape to do that. And I feel like when those specific like clam digger kind of pants were in was also previously. So I feel like that whole look is kind of a bit dated for me when I do see someone wearing it, because not only are they having to battle against their body shape and that specific style of pant, but it's also something that's kind of a throwback to something that was much more popular a few years ago, probably even more so than that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely if you look at movies like Grease or if you look at Audrey Hepburn, you're going to see a lot of those like cropped right past the knee, like clam digger style. And it's really cute, but now it just, it looks very dated. And I especially think like if you do see someone pulling it off, maybe on Pinterest or somewhere, they're probably going to be a 20-year-old girl who's 6 foot tall and, 100 pounds. But for the rest of us, that's really doing terrible things to the leg. It just somehow really like shortens the legs and it just tends to look very dated, especially when it's in like a pant, like a cotton pant or polyester or something like that. It just ages you a lot. It doesn't really look like a modern look. So definitely for us, you'll hear us talk about like cropped jeans because we're shorter,
right.
But we're talking about like to the ankle, like right above the ankle. That's kind of a good place for the jean to be, especially if you want to wear like a bootie or something. But the cropped, that clam digger look of the past, definitely very dated. So this next one, I feel like we could get some heat for this one because I feel like I see these everywhere, and that is the like loose fitting tunic style tops. So don't hate on me, ladies. I know some people love these tops, and the thing about these tops is it's really tricky because you're gonna see them everywhere. You're gonna see them in lots of very on-trend stores. You're gonna see them in even like Victoria's Secret fashion catalogs and everything. You're gonna see them sometimes on Pinterest. However, pay attention when they look good, who's wearing them.
That's right.
Because these very baggy tunic style flowy tops, they are great for young girls who are extremely thin and want to create that like flowy, carefree kind of look. However, you put that same kind of top on a average older woman's body, mature woman's body who maybe has some curves or whatever, and you are just creating a very like maternity-esque shape to yourself and adding so much weight onto your upper body and just doing some just bad things to your figure, and it's very aging. And I feel like people do it because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's kind of carefree and it's all over the stores, so it must be in fashion, but we're here to tell you no.
No, exactly. And it's
Don't do it.
it's hiding all of the positive things that we have about our body as our bodies mature. And let's be honest, the fashion industry isn't considering us when they're coming out with new trends. They're thinking about all of the younger generation. So just because something happens to be coming out and is on trend doesn't necessarily mean that it's for us, and that's okay, because we're gonna let you guys know which ones you guys should stay away from. And this one is definitely one of the ones you have to make sure that when you are putting on clothes that you're not wearing something that's overly tight, overly loose, but something that really is flattering and accentuating your silhouette in all the right places. And a tunic is not doing it. I would, if we find a way to be able to do it, I know sometimes people have like maybe like a little belt thing or something, we'll show it to you. We will bring it to you. We won't ever say something is completely off the table, but just it's kind of like a moo-moo top. Should I not say that?
No,
you guys
it kind of is.
Me?
And here's the thing. If you're really tall and really, really slender, you can probably rock that look. You can probably rock that look, but I almost feel like even if you're slender and you're short, probably not the best look because it really shortens the body.
Yeah.
And, if you have any curves at all, I feel like it's just going to hide everything. And really create this like, I don't know, just not flattering shape. So avoid those tops.
So the next no-no that we have kind of goes in the opposite direction of the last tip for you, which is you don't want something overly baggy and doesn't flatter your figure in a tunic, but you also don't want to go to the other side of the spectrum and have all of your business hanging out by wearing overly revealing, overly sexed up, amped up clothing, because instead of making you look very like classy and stylish and put together, it will give you a look that ages you, because it will look like you're trying too hard, which is what you really don't want. We want all of us to look stylish effortlessly. So if something is putting a little bit too much skin out there, is a little too tight, a little too revealing, even if it's covering up stuff, it just is not doing the right thing for your body and will make you look.
Absolutely. And I feel like you can probably turn on like lots of reality TV shows, Real Housewives types of things, and find this look on a lot of women. I hate to say it, but a lot of mature women that are beautiful women and maybe have great figures are, just trying to wear things that maybe worked when they were 18, 20 years old, and it just doesn't look right. It's much better to, maybe have one element of sexiness, whether it's like a V-neck top or, a shorter dress or something, and show off that one area. But when they put everything together, and, I've seen moms walking through the mall and they're wearing the Daisy Duke shorts and the cropped tops, and it's like, your body's beautiful. Be proud of it. but that just really, it's just not, it's not flattering. And it really is aging. It looks like you're trying to get back something, and, you know, let that go. Appreciate being like an older, beautiful woman, you know, a mature, beautiful woman. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you just want to dress it properly.
Exactly. And it's something I can really relate to because I do have a curvier figure. So I did reach that age where very quickly I realized, like, I'm older now, and when this particular top or this type of dress or this type of pant would look 100% okay when I was younger, it's now making me look, you know, like I'm trying too hard or I'm trying to be overtly sexy. And really, when I'm hanging out with a bunch of moms, I'm not trying to look all, you know, sexed up in front of them. So, yeah.
And also, don't use your husbands as like one to... The husbands will be like, I love that. And then he'll go out and people will be like, ooh. I mean, that's wonderful. They're looking through very like rose-colored glasses, but I do feel like, you know, there's a time and a place for those kind of looks, maybe at home, but retire some of that, you know, out in public.
I'm afraid, Kelly.
I know. Why do I feel like we're going to get a lot of slack for this one?
I'm scared.
All right, people, do not hate on us, okay? You can leave us comments, though. We're all for that. But this next one is probably highly debatable, and that is wearing leggings.
We love you guys.
We love you guys.
We love you.
And we're not saying that, like, oh, you can never wear leggings. Not saying that. I mean, there's time, a place, and a way to wear leggings, preferably black ones, right? But in general, I think that, you know, leggings are way overworn as pants. And I personally think that leggings should be used more as like an underpiece, like a pair of tights. You know, so if you're going to wear like a black legging, wearing it with, you know, a longer sweater or with a blazer and a longer, you know, blouse over it, that's one way you could maybe possibly pull that look off. There's some people that, you know, do it and do it well, and you know, I personally don't wear them. I just think that leggings in general, they don't do great things for a woman's butt and everything, you know, when you're like a mature woman. I mean, and some people, if you live at the gym and everything, I'm sure that's totally wrong and false, but for most women, I feel like leggings are just not super flattering, and especially the trend of these very like patterned, bright. I know that, I don't know if this is like regional or whatever, but you started to see these companies coming out with like leggings for every holiday, and leggings for, you know, people who love tennis and football and all these things, unicorn leggings, cat leggings. Ladies, no. Leave those for the little girls. They're really cute when your kids are very young, but those are just not flattering. They are not flattering. They're very dated. Yeah. You know, they're just not a good look.
Yeah. And I have, you know, a larger lower body than upper body. Sorry, that's my phone. I'll put it on silent. Sorry. And so leggings do a lot of bad things to my lower body, and I feel like, you know, I'm a size 10. Which is the average size of a woman in America. And even when I've seen the most beautiful women that have got like gorgeous figures that are coming right from the gym, still, even though it looks okay on their body and I don't see all the dimpling and the wrinkling and the, you know, the things that happen when I put leggings on, it also doesn't do anything for them. It looks like they are living at the gym and they're walking around all the time, when really, if they just were to swap out the leggings for a great pair of slacks or, you know, linen pants or something, they would just look so much more stylish and put together and age appropriate, really. So
yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like save them for the gym.
Yeah, if you want to wear them to the gym, that's great. That's where you're supposed to be wearing
the yoga pants, the leggings, like they're really good for the gym, but outside of the gym, I don't really think that they make the best outfits. So just our opinion. We're not telling anybody you can't wear your leggings, but yeah, I don't think it's the best look for mature women.
Okay, so for this next tip is, oh, and I'm sorry for you ladies who love your pearl necklaces, but that is unfortunately a look that will make you look dated. Now, pearl necklaces, let's just say this first and foremost, it is a trend that's going on now. However, people are wearing them with a much longer, you know, look, or kind of a layered look, but these small little like pearl necklaces right by the neckline, like a little crew neckline, you definitely want to stay away from. It's for sure very reminiscent of, you know, a look that was popular decades ago. So
yeah, I mean, if you love your pearls, I know they're like a classic piece, maybe doing them by layering them with some other kinds of necklaces, maybe look on Pinterest to get some ideas of how to layer them. But, you know, it definitely is a more like matronly kind of look when you just have this single strand of, you know, pearls right at the neckline and stuff. So if you're trying to look a little bit younger or a little bit fresher, you know, try to do something different with them and not wear the traditional strand of pearls, because it's definitely going to be a little bit more aging. So you guys know, if you've been watching us for a while, that in general we kind of like our pointy toe flats anyway, because we like the way that they elongate the legs. However, we're not opposed to rounded toe ballerina flats. They can be really cute, really flattering, especially with some cute jeans and things. But when you mix those round toe ballet flats with longer skirts or dresses, you definitely kind of age the look. It definitely gives a bit of a, I don't really know how to describe it in a nice way, but matronly kind of, you know, look to it, and it's just not very flattering for mature women. So you can find this look all over. I definitely, when I was searching Google to get some images, I definitely saw some very like fashionable looks this way. However, if you notice, you're going to find that they're all very young, they're all very thin, very tall, and that's a very different look. You know, when you have that kind of body type and you're 20 years old, you're not going to be afraid to look a little bit older. However, when you're doing it at our age with our types of, you know, figures, you have some curves, you're a little bit older, it just doesn't have the same effect. It really doesn't look on trend. It looks aging.
Yeah, and I think, to me, whenever I can see something that, you know, especially since the pointed toe is so popular now, and I know that the rounded toe was more popular a few years ago, putting, you know, like longer dresses together, which already are a little bit more matronly for us. And it's not like we're talking about, you know, like even like a midi skirt, I would say just try not to wear, you know, the rounded toe with it. There's a lot of great pointy toes, and I know maybe some of you guys, you know, prefer the rounded toe, but just get the pointy toe like in a half a size up. It'll be just as comfortable. It'll keep your outfit looking a lot more stylish. So I'm sorry if you like this combination, but I know that for me, it is like if I have a dress and I put a rounded toe shoe on it, it's killing my outfit, and it's making me look dated and older, you know?
And I feel like it kind of, I don't know, it just like kind of squishes the body, also adds some weight to the body. So it's just a really hard look to pull off. And I feel like you're better off avoiding it. I mean, if I'm going to wear a dress that's a little bit longer, probably going to put a heel with it.
Or a wedge,
something to add some length.
It'll make your calves look really pretty.
Absolutely. So I'm all red and blotchy because I'm very stressed out that we're going to get a lot of hate from this video. Are you feeling it?
I'm sorry. But you know what that means? That means it's time for us to go.
That's right.
So until next time.
Bye, guys.